Hey guys, today I want to talk a little bit about my preparation for the Hamburg WTS race, especially about my running preparation. So after my last important race in Leeds, I basically have 4 weeks of training between Leeds and Hamburg, and those 4 weeks are also divided by one Bundesliga race right in the middle of the 4 weeks. So the first week after WTS Leeds was basically getting back into training and starting back with some intensity work. Obviously in Leeds I didn't finish the race, so I wasn't too exhausted after the race. Not like usual that you need like 3 or 4 days of recovery after an Olympic distance race. So I could start right on Wednesday with my first high intensity run workout. Basically on each of the 3 intensity weeks between Leeds and Hamburg, my coach Dan Lorang is planning to do one hard run, like interval run, which was 200s for the first time and then 500s on the second time. And then the second workout of each week, second hard workout, will be either a fartlek run or a build run. And then obviously there's also the Bundesliga race in between the weeks, and that is of course also pretty intense and good practice for practicing transitions and running hard. So it's a good opportunity to get the motor working. So the first interval session was 15 by 200 on the track, and each time I get a 200 meters recovery jog, like a really easy jog in between, probably about 6 to 7 minutes per K. And I clocked each of the 200s in about 31 seconds flat. Some of them were a little bit slower, some went into the 30s. But I have to say that I ran the first 11 of those with a solid tailwind, and yeah, that was 31 average probably, and then I ran 4 with a headwind where I clocked about 32 seconds. The second session of the first week was a build long run, and that was done by doing 10 minutes in about 4:20 pace. That was basically the warm-up for the faster stuff, and then building 20 seconds, getting faster by 20 seconds per K for each step. The second 15 minutes was in 4-minute pace, and then 15 minutes in 3:40 pace, which is still like basic pace, fast basic pace. And then 10 minutes in 3:20 pace, which is a little bit slower than my Olympic distance running pace. And then 4 minutes really fast, and that was, I would say, over pace, so faster even than my 5K best. And I did that in an average of 2:57 per kilometer. That was also really tough, basically like almost all out. Maybe I had a sprint left in the legs, but nothing more. Like I couldn't go on for another 2 minutes on that pace. All the video footage of that video is also from that build run. My lovely girlfriend went with me on the bike and shot all the footage here. And if you want to see why she complained a little bit afterwards, on the one hand it was a little bit off-road sometimes, as you can see here, and then also we had a little bit of headwind on the first section, so yeah, she had to push pretty hard because I'm not running slow either. And yeah, then obviously in the end running below 3 minute pace, that's above 20k per hour, and doing that on a mountain bike while having a camera in the one hand is not that easy either. So shout outs to her for doing the film footage. So the second interval session and also the third session in total was a set of 2x5x500 with a 200-meter recovery after each 500. And the 500s were again a little bit faster than my 5K PB, and also a little bit faster of what I'm planning or hoping to run in Hamburg. So in between 250 pace and 258 pace. And then the 200 recovery, they were really easy, just jogging. At the moment, in that part of the season, like when it really counts, I prefer to doing the hard stuff really hard and not caring about the recovery, like doing the recovery really easy, taking my time to have a good amount of quality for each of the intervals. In the winter, it might be a little bit different. For basic training, there's also always the option of doing a little bit less recovery to have a more steady pace. But at this point of the season, I really just want to smash the intervals, and that's the main goal. The fourth session and second longer session will be a fartlek run. I haven't done it yet. It's going to be on tomorrow. And that will consist of 2K warm-up, and then without rest, doing 7x 1K in 3:15 minutes and 1K in 3:40. So switching between 3:15 pace and 3:40 pace every other K, and doing that for 14K, and including the warm-up and cool-down. This is gonna be a total of 18K, so a rather long session, and also having 14K of average 3:30. It's also pretty tough, but still the fast K is still a little bit slower than race pace, and obviously, as you can see, the recovery isn't really slow, so it's really a good fartlek run and not supposed to be an interval session. After this run, I'm also going to have the Bundesliga race in that week. So this is going to be the third hard run, obviously including a hard bike and hard swim before the run. And then there's the third week of hard training after the Bundesliga race. I don't know yet what I'm going to do exactly. And then 1 week of recovery, maybe a little bit of just like small intensity sessions, just to get into the feeling of Hamburg. But basically, it's recovery and a good amount of stretching and stuff. And yeah, then hopefully I'm gonna do a solid race, or a good race in Hamburg. Thanks for watching, guys. I hope you enjoyed this little insight into my running preparation for WTS Hamburg, and see you next time.